12-0 Clemson versus 7-5 Pittsburgh, 11-0 UCF versus 8-4 Memphis, 11-1 Ohio State versus 8-4 Northwestern. What the hell are we doing here? Somebody explain to me. Hi, my name is David Johnson. This is the Dave Show channel. Explain to me how these conference championship games are better at the end of the season than an 8-team playoff played at the higher seeds' home stadiums. How about we cancel this awful championship week, and next week, starting Thursday night, December 6th, the top-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide play host to the 8th-ranked UCF Knights. Okay, starting quarterback or not, this is going to be a bloodbath. So might as well get it over with right away. Then the following night, Friday, December 7th, we'll have a rematch of last year's Rose Bowl as the 5th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners this time head out to Athens to take on the 4th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Whew, sign me up! And I think Georgia will get at them again. Then Saturday, December 8th, we have a doubleheader starting at 12:30 Eastern Time. The 7th-ranked Michigan Wolverines, fresh off a butt-whooping at the hands of Ohio State, head down south to South Carolina to get whooped on this time by the 2nd-ranked Clemson Tigers. Still, seeing Michigan at Clemson would be a pretty cool-looking scene, at least at the start. I mean, do you want a packed house at Clemson, or a 3/4 full house in Charlotte with Pitt? Then on prime time, the 6th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes travel up to South Bend, Indiana to take on the 3rd-ranked Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. And I'll take the Buckeyes in that one. Instead, Ohio State's playing Northwestern, who has losses to Duke and Akron. So anyways, if I were to hit on my picks 4 for 4, the final 4 at the end of December would look like this. In the Orange Bowl, top-ranked Alabama takes on 6th-ranked Ohio State. And in the Cotton Bowl, 2nd-ranked Clemson battles 4th-ranked Georgia. So there you go. Notre Dame, who every analyst it seems is saying isn't as good as their ranking, they're out. But back to reality. They finished 12-0, and Clemson, who also finished 12-0, is forced to risk their playoff seeding against a mediocre 7-5 Pittsburgh. I mean, Notre Dame is a partial member of the ACC. They should be in Charlotte for that game. And they beat Pittsburgh. How the hell does that make any sense at all? I mean, just look at the ACC standings. Ignore the divisions and... oh, Pitt does have the 2nd best record in the conference, owning the tiebreaker against Syracuse. God damn, the ACC sucks. Well, let's look at Ohio State Northwestern. What are the Wildcats doing in there? Take a look at the Big Ten standings, ignore the divisions, and... oh, Ohio State gets to play Michigan again, this time indoors. They might be able to hang 70 on them. You know what? Let's come out here to the West Coast, where I'm at, and take a look at the Pac-12. We get no respect. Washington slated to play Utah in the Pac-12 championship game, but look at the standings and ignore the divisions. Washington State has a better record than Utah, and they beat Utah. The Cougs are getting screwed for the 3rd time this year. They got robbed at USC, had their offense snowed in by a blizzard in the Apple Cup, and now Utah, who also lost at home to Washington this year by 14, gets another shot at them in the Bay Area. Give Mike Leach another shot at the Huskies, and with that California weather, he might beat them. And that's the thing with these conference championship games. If you're gonna do it right, do it like the Big 12. The 2 teams with the 2 best records in conference square off at the end of the year. Now I know the Big 12 does it this way because they don't have divisions, but that's also the right way to do it. Screw divisions. Take the SEC for instance. Alabama has Georgia on the schedule once every 6 years. 6 years. Alabama plays at Georgia once every 12 years. 12 years! I already did a whole video on this topic a year ago where I talked about how much of a waste of time it is for Alabama to play Mississippi State every year. And this week, My guy Clay Travis offered up a viable solution to this issue on his Facebook and Periscope, Outkick the Show. Much like the WAC used to do when they had 16 teams, you can divide up the conference into different quadrants. Where you'll still play against traditional rivals, and I'm not talking about Alabama versus Mississippi State. What Clay is saying is that each team can play 3 traditional rivals every year. Like Alabama would play Auburn, LSU, and Tennessee. Yes, Tennessee. It's called the third Saturday in October. Anyways, you have your 3 traditional rivals, and then we rotate your other conference opponents in a way that you visit each team's stadium once every 4 years instead of every 12 years. So in the SEC every year, I got Auburn playing Bama, Georgia, and LSU. LSU playing Bama, Auburn, and Florida. Florida playing Georgia, LSU, and Tennessee. Georgia playing Auburn, Florida, and Tennessee. And Tennessee playing Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. And Mississippi State can play Ole Miss, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt. Ole Miss plays Mississippi State, Vanderbilt. At this point, who cares? Well, Texas A&M will play Arkansas and Missouri. Anyways, all other conference opponents will be rotated every 2 years, so that you visit every team's stadium every 4 years. So, theoretically, every player on your team throughout his career gets a chance to see every stadium in his conference. Supposedly, mathematically, this can be done. But I didn't sit here and try to figure it all out. Instead, I figured out what everybody's rivalries would be. In the Big Ten, Ohio State draws Michigan, Michigan State, and Penn State. Michigan's got Ohio State, duh, Michigan State, duh, and Penn State. So Penn State plays Michigan, Ohio State, and Michigan State. So Sparty's got Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State. Wisconsin draws, Minnesota, Iowa. How unbalanced is the Big Ten? And you're gonna have divisions decide who plays in the conference championship game? I'd almost rather have the Legends and Leaders divisions back. Anyways, my name is David Johnson, and this is the Dave Show channel. A lot of nuttiness goes on here, so be sure to subscribe and click that little bell so you don't miss the nuts. Also, leave feedback on this video in the comments below, as I will endeavor to respond to everyone. And smash that like button, or dislike button. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna smash myself. And if you dug all the little helmet graphics I used in this video, I suggest you check out the Helmet Project. There's a link in the description. It's my second favorite website on the internet behind Pornhub. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next show.